As I read through this, I pictured David like perhaps wondering where to step without maybe stepping on a landmine, or maybe where to walk that's not going to maybe uncover another sin or something from his past, there's nowhere he can walk, no relationship he can have, no conversation he can have where it's not, something's not happening that, that was the past, that's a result of the past. More consequences. As I was thinking about that and just reading through this, I remember Julie and I visiting Pauper's Field in Woodland Cemetery just a few months ago, in fact. And we weren't able to actually go to the field because we left early, but I remember him explaining the field. He said as we get to I think it's block 13 on the cemetery, he said, you'll find a field, there's only 3 headstones there. He said, but they will not allow anyone to bury anyone else there. They think there's thousands of graves, and they say this, that probably anywhere you put a shovel, you'll probably hit a bone. Even though if you look at the field, it's green, and it's nice, and there's maybe 3 headstones. But he said so many paupers were buried there because they couldn't afford a right burial. They just buried them in the ground. He says that whole place has thousands of bones just below the surface. So they found no burials there. Sometimes our lives are that way when we have sin that we don't deal with and it pops back up. Remember, we don't bury or hide sins. What do? We plant them, don't we? And sometimes after sin breaks its initial wave, we find ourselves like, man, where do I land? Where do I walk? Where do I put the shovel? Because wherever I put it, I feel like I'm going to dig up an old bone. That's how consequences work.